What is up, everyone? Today I want to go over something I ran into on my last video, and something I never actually talked about. I ran into a situation when I was lacking spark. Now, this isn't going to be a video about spark per se. It's going to be a video about spark plugs, because that was my problem on that one. Now, if you have a coil problem, or a points and condenser problem, or a grounding problem, that's a completely different video for a different time. This is strictly spark plug. Now, if you wanted to, you don't have to test it, which is what we're doing right now. You can simply just put a new one in and see if it works. But if you don't have another one and you're just trying to troubleshoot and you're trying to avoid having to go to the store, this is something that you could do real quick and easy. Not going to be a problem. Should be fine. What happened to me was this. On a spark plug, or in a spark plug, there's a long piece that goes all the way through and to the end. And then that is insulated from the outside metal. And at that point, when it's energized, it arcs over, causing a spark. Hence, a spark plug. Now, in my situation, I was having no spark. So, there's two tests that you're going to want to do. The first one is probably the easiest and more likely. If you are not necessarily touching it, like the boot of the spark plug is like right here. Imagine the boot is on and you're kind of feeling like a slight tingle. Something's wrong. That's what happened to me, and that's why I was kind of questioning it to begin with. So I have my multimeter here. It's set on ohms. What I'm doing is I'm going to see if, see right there, this is not open. This is a closed. You don't want to see that. What that means is somewhere along the way the insulation was compromised, and the two separate pieces are actually connected somehow. Like I said, you don't want that. This plug is garbage. There's really nothing you can do about it. Just throw it away. This is what you want to see. See how the multimeter says open? That's what you want to see. You don't want to see anything. Now, the next test we're going to do is we're going to see if maybe there's like a break somewhere inside of the spark plug. So on the end, you're going to want to touch not this piece, but the piece inside, the metal piece inside. And if it's dirty, it's not going to work very well, so you might have to clean it. See how it's kind of jumping around, but there was something there. You kind of want to see that. This is just harder for me to get to because of the inside. But there is at least something there. That's good. Now, if you have a resistor spark plug, it's going to be a little bit different. If you have a non-resistor spark plug, their readings are going to be a lot different. I'm not going to really go over those too much, but let's just say if you have a resistor spark plug, you should not see anything over a 10 or 11. If you look up online, it usually says, I think the specifics are like 4 to 5, something along those lines. But I feel like the smaller the plug gets, the higher your numbers get as well. That could just be me. That's just what I've seen. I've never seen a spark plug fail for being like a 9 or a 10. I have seen them fail for being like 15 though. So if I was able to hold it long enough and we looked and we saw 15, then we know this is also garbage. Now, on this one, this is brand new, by the way. I mean, there's the only thing that's on there is the oil mark from my finger I just put on there right now. I took it out of the box a few weeks ago, and I discovered I was having some problems. See how it's open? The outside isn't compromised, but the inside is. The spark plug is also garbage. Because I was pressing against the center, I was pressing against here, the end of it where the boot plugs into. This plug is oddly enough garbage. Now, a couple things you want to do. You do not want to have your fingers on it, like the ends of it, because that's going to give you false readings. You don't want this to be on metal. Like, I don't want to put this on there and then start, checking the readings, because I'm not even touching the spark plug and it's reading something. So you don't want that. In fact, if we take the other one and we were to put it right there, this is the one that was had the shield. Yeah, you still get a reading through that too. So you don't want to touch metal at all. You don't want your fingers to be there. You don't want to. You're not going to get shocked or anything. Don't get me wrong, but you'll just get a bad reading. You also don't want to make sure it's not fouled in any way. If the inside is bridged with like oil or gas or anything, or if it's touching the electrode, you don't want that to happen. You want to gap it properly as well. So if you are completely dry, you're clean, you're gapped appropriately, which is usually 30 thousandths, sometimes wider, sometimes smaller, usually not smaller, but sometimes wider, and you're still not getting a reading, or you are getting a reading on the outside, the plug is bad. Or if your reading is too high. Now, you and I are going to check this plug together. See, there it goes. It's dirty, so it's a little hard for it to read, but it's at least reading something. This is non-resistor plug too. That's why when you saw it was actually only a 0.1. The non-resistors are going to have a very, very low rating. If you see anything really high on a non-resistor spark plug, it's also broken. So keep that in mind. The only other piece I do want to bring up, and it's something that I don't really run into too often, mainly because I throw them away. I'm even trying to find one right now, but here we go. No, that's an auto light. If you ever get like those kits through like Amazon or whatever, and it says it comes with a spark plug and everything you need to do it, whatever project you need. Here we go, brand new. But what brand is this? Mystery brand? China brand? I don't know. These are garbage to begin with. I had to replace so many of these within a year. 99% of the time, the insulator was just breaking. I don't know why. Just don't buy these. Buy the ones actually made by Briggs and Stratton, which I believe are champions, or a champion. I'm a fan of NGK. They make great plugs. Granted, understandably, the ones I'm showing you are NGK and they're broken. But the reason why I have such a plentiful amount is because I do use NGKs a lot. So, I wanted to bring this up because that last time was a little interesting. I feel like I haven't been seeing a lot of plugs go bad until within the last year or so. And it's just odd to me. I don't know. Maybe they're bad plug time. But it's real easy to test. Just check on your multimeter. Obviously, if you're having a spark issue, the first thing you should do is take your plug and just put anywhere around here touching metal, and usually just somewhere like your valve cover or the engine head or whatever. And if you don't see spark, start this process, or just make sure that you at least have spark to begin with. Oh, my meter's going on. There's tools you can get. Now, I don't want to say that these are foolproof because they're definitely not, but this is a spark checker. Spark plug goes in there. In here, turns whatever color yours will. Mine turns orange. Sometimes they're a tad hard to read, but if you see that and you're still having problems, check your plug. And if anything weird happens, like it happened to me where you're getting like a short amount or a real brief jolts without you touching anything you shouldn't be touching, or literally touching the rubber around the boot, probably a good sign there's something wrong going on there. Because another thing you can do is you don't even have to have the metal touch metal. You could just get it real close, because it's going to want to find ground, and if you just happen to be that nearest ground source, you will get shocked. It's not going to hurt. It'll give you a nice jolt and you're going to remember it, but nothing bad's going to come from it. But anyway, I want to do a short video. This is how you check for a spark plug issue. If you have any questions, any concerns, comments, leave them below. I will see everyone later. Definitely throw a thumbs up. That helps me a lot. If you want me to do other spark only related videos, I can do that as well. Or if you have any suggestions, definitely leave that. I'd love to hear them. But subscribe. I will see everyone later. Have a good night. Bye.